Hey Lily, guess what? It's been a while, but we get to do an episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups! Yes, Thrifty Gaming Pickups. Let me get the game stuff real quick. Yeah. It's been a bit, because I've been on a vacation. Let me get the games real quick and we'll start. So hey, what's going on everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario. This is Thrifty Gaming Pickups. That is my dog, Lily. And in case you do not know, Thrifty Gaming Pickups is a series I do here on my second channel. So if you're checking this out, you don't know about me, I'd actually recommend looking down below in the description, where I'm going to have a link to my main channel, Mr. Mario 2011. But I do this on here because I like hanging out with my dog, I like showing my pickups that I get, and I enjoy collecting games. I enjoy picking games up, and I like to go to a lot of thrift stores. Well, I decided to make a series of that, as opposed to just doing random pickup videos here and there. Now, it is dependent on how often I go to thrift stores, and honestly, for the past few weeks, about like the past month or so, there hasn't been an episode, because there were just a lot of life things that came up, and I wasn't able to get out to thrift stores and all that other fun stuff. Plus, I was gone for a bit, but we're going to be doing this episode right here. However, because of that, as I said, it really depends on how often I'm going out. If I'm going thrifting and getting stuff, you know, every single week, there's going to be weekly episodes. If I don't go thrifting for like 2 or 3 months, you know, there's not going to be an episode for 2 or 3 months. But we have an episode right here. I don't remember the number it is, admittedly. But let's go ahead and get into it. Right after I change my camera's battery right here, because it's conveniently about to die. But anyways, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pan over to the games right here, and this is the stack of games I got now. Not all of these were from Canada, but in short, oh yeah, this is the Canadian edition, because despite me filming this at home with my dog right there, I ended up going to Canada recently. Long story short, ended up seeing a few friends who I actually originally met online. One of my best friends, Tanner, also known as Tan Squid, known him online for a long time. Lily, you know what? That's enough duck for you. Now with the duck out of the picture, what ended up happening was, as I said, I went to visit my friend Tanner, but more specifically because he was up there. It was his older brother, Colton, otherwise known as the Only Zoltan, who ended up getting married. So he invited me to the wedding. I said, you know what? This will be a really good opportunity to take a vacation, go up there, see Tanner, see his family again. So I decided to do that, so I went up there for the past week. So I'm going to explain, you know, how I got all the stuff right here. So first off, let's go ahead and go through these stack of games. Now, this is a little bit misleading, admittedly. These DS games right here, they are not the actual games, but they are cases. What I did get, I ended up getting Animal Crossing Wild World, Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, Phantom Hourglass, you know, Legend of Zelda, of course, and Kingdom Hearts 358 and a half days. Funny thing is with this one actually has 2 manuals, one of them in English, one of them in French. So I do have a complete version of this, but it's the American version, not the Canadian version. Now the way I got all of these was, what ended up happening was one of the presents I gave, because I, you know, gave my friends a few presents when I went up there. I ended up giving Tanner a fully modded new 3DS. And he was freaking out about it, he was super excited, all the other fun stuff. But he said that there were some original DS games he wanted to play. And his brother had an original DS. So what ended up happening was we went out to where they had their games. He ended up going through his brother's collection and ended up grabbing these 4 games right here. Now what happened was he just took the cartridges themselves and put them into little cases. And he said, you know what, I don't want the big cases because they're going to take up space in my luggage. His dad said, well, if we're just going to have empty cases here, I'm just going to throw them away. And I said, wait. If you're going to throw them away, could I take them? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. If you don't take them, they're going to go in the trash. So I got extra cases, you know, whether I end up getting duplicates of these games and pop them in there. The only game out of these that I actually own is 358 and a half days. So really, if I get any cartridge-only versions of these games, I can then complete them, which would be pretty nice. But this one I have, you know, the duplicate of, technically. So then, on top of that, going right here, this is the only stuff I did pick up in the US, though. And this I actually had to go to a thrift store today, so here we go, Thrifty Gaming Pickups. But I did go to a thrift store today. I had to go there for not video games, but you know me, I decided to look for video games. So I went there. These were not on sale, so I did pay the asking price. And for anybody who's worried about this, I think this is like crayon or something. This comes off really easily with Mr. Clean Magic Eraser or, you know, Isopropyl Alcohol. But I ended up getting Fight Night Round 3 for PSP, $4. Shaun White Snowboarding for PSP, $4. And this right here, 007 Everything or Nothing for about $2.50. So now, this is the stuff I was the most excited about. There's going to be a pile under this, and we're going to go back to the Canada stuff. See, it's kind of a Canada sandwich right here. I was hanging out with Tanner, And what happened was we ended up going to like a little shop. I thought it was a gas station. It wasn't. It was set up a lot like a gas station. But we went there while we were doing laundry, because I had to do laundry at one point, and he had to as well. And I decided to look around. Now, this place had a movie rental and game rental section. Very sad, very limited area. The newest game they had there, I think, was Grand Theft Auto 5 on 360. I'm not kidding about that. I didn't have any current generation stuff, but we looked out of the shop. I decided to look for some souvenirs. But then in the back area, it's funny because there was like this back area, and I asked what's over there, and Tanner said, oh, it's probably just like fishing stuff. But I decided to check it out. I look in one bin, and there was movies that were for sale. There were VHS tapes. They were selling VHS tapes, 2017. But then there was another small bin that had video games. And I kind of freaked out a little bit. And I picked up all the games I was interested in, which meant any game that was not a sports title, and any game that was not Karaoke Revolution, or, you know, some other type of shovelware game. And I said, you know what? I'm going to grab these games. These are the games I want. I checked them. The condition was okay on them. And I said, I'm going to see how much they are. So I'll show you the games I got first, because that's the order I went in. So, these were all from that shop. I ended up getting Sonic Heroes on GameCube. Rayman Arena, also on GameCube. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is probably the worst game I picked up. The reason why I picked it up is because, as I said, it was like, I picked up the games that weren't shovelware. So this game is, I could play it for laughs or something. Luigi's Mansion. Unfortunately, this one is not, well, there you see the other one now, Animal Crossing City Folk. This one is not complete, it doesn't have the manual, but this is the only incomplete game. But I say, you know what, Luigi's Mansion, man, this is a first-party title, I'm going to pick this up. And of course, you know, Animal Crossing City Folk. All the discs here are a little bit scratched, but they're still playable. Animal Crossing City Folk is in, like, pristine condition. Now, for all these games right here, I did have to end up paying for them. They weren't freebies that were just given to me, like the cases. But these games right here, I went up to the counter and I asked how much the games were. And they're like, wait, the ones to rent? I said, no. There's like a few that you have in the back for sale. They didn't even know they had games for sale. They're like, oh yeah, they're probably like $5 a piece. I was like, wait, are they? Or do you know? They're like, no, they are $5 a piece. That's $5 Canadian. Now, I live in the United States. The Canadian dollar, depending on the day, is about 79 or 80 cents on the dollar of the American dollar. So, not even sure if I've worded that correctly. I'm a little bit tired. Point is on there, if you're an American going over to Canada, take the price in Canadian and pretend you're getting a 20% discount, and that's what you would be getting. So for each of these games, I paid $4 US for them, which I think was pretty stellar for each one. As I said, the only one I didn't care all that much about was The Last Airbender, but I say, you know what, I'll pick it up because, again, was the only other game there that was not shovelware. But I was still shocked at these. Most notably, I mean, Animal Crossing. Yeah, let's see. Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion was probably the best one there, and Sonic Adventure DX, Director's Cut. Those were the ones that really surprised me the most. And to them, honestly, they probably just said, you know what, nobody's going to buy these super old GameCube games. But then I went in, and I said, hey, there's some games there. That's really about the only shopping I did. I went to one thrift store, so that was not a thrift store, but I did go to one thrift store while I was in Canada. And it was, I think it was Talize or Talize. I don't know how you say it. It's Talize. And I got this Xbox controller. So out of everything from Thrifty Gaming Pickups, this is the only thing I actually got from a thrift store while I was in Canada. Because the other thrift store things I got while I was in the US. But this thing, as you can see, I haven't taken the sticker off or anything. It was $3.99. Of course, take 20% off if you're in the US. So I paid about $3.20 for it. Let's round up to $3.50 after tax and all that fun stuff. Disappointingly, there was a really nice Logitech USB controller, and I picked that up. That was going to be $3 Canadian. And then when we were checking out, I saw right at the base, right here, it was cut up pretty gnarly. Just like severely enough where it probably wasn't going to work. And I said, you know what, I might be able to fix that, but I'm going to pass on it. I would rather get a fully intact controller. So out of everything here, the most I paid for anything was $4. Because, as I said, you know, these ones, they were Canadian $5, 80% of the dollar here, so that's about $40 each US. And then these other two games right here, I paid $4 a piece on them. So pretty solid pickups, I would say. I think the only downside is really, you know, just like these cases right here. But as I said, I was like, you know what? I can get them. If I pick up the games, I can complete them. If not, I mean, I can gut them, use them as DS cases, whatever I'm going to do. This one probably wouldn't be the best one to use because it was pretty torn up. It was taped and everything. But yeah. Anyways, that is this episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. Thank you very much for watching. It's very much appreciated. If you enjoyed it, a like would very much be appreciated. If you absolutely hated it, a dislike is fine as well, too. But be warned. Lily, come here. You're going to make this dog very upset after she's done stepping on my games.